Let's jump in, though, for those who weren't cheering at the start, with a little bit of an introduction. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how it relates to Atlassian's mission, and then some of the things you're working on, like the cool partnership with Williams Racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here. Zeynep Özdemir again, Chief Marketing Officer at Atlassian. So at Atlassian, we build teamwork and collaboration software. I'm sure some of you in the audience know us through our products like Jira, Confluence, Loom, and Rovo. So we are powering up teams for many years now, and we're very excited to be at this point in time where the definition of teams are changing, and we're welcoming AI teammates to human teams, and that is the next exciting frontier for us, essentially enabling human-AI collaboration at scale. You mentioned our partnership with Atlassian Williams Racing.
Yeah.
Atlassian Williams Racing is a Formula One team, and it's one of the organizations we happen to be sort of transforming, running a teamwork transformation with AI. But it happens to be one of the exciting stories that everybody likes to hear about. Just for context, we've become title and technology sponsor of the team exactly a year ago. But it was never, the partnership was never about sticking our logo on a race car. It was really about getting Williams Racing at the front of the grid. And that's really exciting to us because essentially this was a team hungry for change and transformation. So that's why we're in the trenches with them transforming.
I'm going to come back around to Williams, but first I want to start at that team thing. Tell us a little bit how building for teams informs the work you do on AI.
Yes. So first of all, it's foundationally, we're AI optimists. As I said, we think we will all welcome AI as teammates to our teams. So, and I think AI will speed us all up and actually just also level the playing field in terms of the quality of work we put out there. There are probably two beliefs that shape the way we build AI products. The first one is this ability to tap into your organization's memory holistically. And what I mean by memory is all of the business context you've been building around teams, goals, experiments, milestones in your companies. And bringing that to every single individual. I think that is so important. I really feel like being able to search and chat and have conversations with that memory is going to be table stakes pretty soon. And I think it's going to be like oxygen in the modern enterprise.
What does that look like for today? Like so many AI conversations are like, well, what might be one day? Like how is it impacting workflows now? How are you really seeing it change organizations?
You know, the most successful ones we're seeing are the most pragmatic and practical ones. I'll give you an example from my personal sort of anecdote. When I joined Atlassian as a leader, I had a lot of questions, and I was actually chatting with Rovo, our sort of AI product and AI search and chat capability, and I was asking questions nonstop around products, why certain decisions were made, and how teams operated in this new company that I've just come into. And normally, under normal circumstances, I'd be stalking my new colleagues to answer all of those questions. But Rovo didn't judge me, so I could just like ask any question. There was no question silly or repetitive. So that was my experience. And now we've rolled out an onboarding agent to the entire company that lets you have that free flow conversation with that entire memory of your organization and also take some actions that you need to take. So that's a really good example. But I can give you an Atlassian Williams example.
Yeah. Well, let's stick with that. Like, let's stick with the Williams relationship. Like, do you have any examples from like how they're able to deploy that for a racing team?
Yes, they have been really eager to deploy agents to solve very clear, pragmatic problems. One such agent that I can share, many of them I am unable to share actually because it's a competitive advantage for them.
In the room. You
yeah,
can say
just
what
if you promise to all keep it. They have this, for example, agent called a compliance agent where, I mean, if you're familiar with Formula One, every change they introduce to the car has to be vetted and has to be compliant to FIA and Formula One regulations. Normally, a person would need to understand the change and like actually go to the most up-to-date regulations and assess whether that's doable or not. But they have an agent doing that for them right now.
Keeping track of all that so they stay within
actually, when you decide decide to make a change, the engineers describe it to a robo agent, and the robo agent tells them, nope, not compliant. In order for that to be compliant, you need to actually change this and that. So they have that conversation, which is very powerful. Similarly, we've completely revamped their experimentation sort of process. Formula One is all about rapid experimentation. So they run like thousands of simulations at any given time. But they all run them in very different silos. And so almost like every experiment for them until now was starting from scratch without any memory of what's been done in the past. Right. So now, all of that has been onboarded into Jira Confluence and indexed automatically by Rovo, which is their AI agent. So they can now sit down before they start an experiment. They can say, what's been done before? Like, is this right? So they have a whole conversation or based on the past experiences.
Spin this forward as you look ahead. Like, how do these relationships evolve? How do these technologies evolve? Like, what's next for, like, just both for Williams or any kind of enterprise that you possess?
So I mean, you probably picked up, like, we think the lowest hanging fruit in how AI can unlock, like, unprecedented pace of learning is kind of bringing your data together and making it available, searchable, discoverable, indexable, and having conversations with it. So that's very important. But over time, we are probably going to see AI become more proactive. What I mean by that is that it's not just sort of like being embedded in your workflows or answering your questions, but kind of hovering around and essentially nudging you with improvements, and giving
not being a silent partner.
Not being a silent partner, right? being present and helping you out. Another area where obviously as we build more trust with AI, we're going to see them, AI agents or teammates, take more action. And that's why I think it's a journey. And we have to be on that journey. We have to have systems of record that understand what AI owns and what humans own, so that over time, we sort of transfer that ownership as we build trust.
Right. Before we run out of time, I want to ask one practical question here. Like, this will work for me as I try to figure out how to use AI in our newsroom. Probably lots of people are trying to figure out AI. Like, what's the secret to get it to scale? Like, so many AI deployments maybe don't stick. Do you have any tips on how to get it to actually work and grow in an organization?
Yes, I will. I will say something that may sound obvious, but it's actually not happening. Actually get AI to solve problems you care about, not problems that are like kind of, you don't care about,
it sounds
just
easy,
on the
but
side.
Right.
The second is be ready to blow up your current workflow and start from scratch and think from scratch. And I think that's the best way to approach it.
Okay, good tips for everyone to take back. Before we run out, the last question, we love to end our newsletters on one fun thing at Axios. I love to end this on one fun thing. Let's make it one fun AI thing. Tell us a cool AI use case you found in your personal life.
I will share this. It's a secret. It's going to unlock all of you. I've done a remodeling at my house recently, and turns out AI is a great companion to negotiate with your contractor. So as soon as they come with the bill, you can go back to them and be like, nope, this is not right. There's a better version of this, and here's how I would do it. And usually, like, it worked for me several rounds.
I love that. When I bought my new air conditioner, I used the same thing with my contractor. It made me sound very smart. Ina, thanks you so much for being here. Thanks for Atlassian for making today possible. Ina is going to come back up on stage to continue the conversations.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.